This is Talk to Seattle, and I'm your host, Jason Rigdon. On this episode, we have yet another city council candidate. Actually, what? I'm sorry, my assistant does not have your name or district. I'm sorry. What is your name?
Oh, that's just fine, Jace. My name's Donny Wheeler. I'm running for city council.
Okay. I prefer Jason, if you don't mind.
No problem, Jason.
All right, thank you. And what district are you running for?
The district I represent, or hope to represent here in the near future, is a very diverse district. A lot of diverse interests. There's the Tiki Bar. There's the Pirate Bar. There's that gay sports bar on Olive. There's a pizza bar. This is in the Capitol Hill neighborhood, and these are my constituents. It's a diverse and lovely crowd.
Okay, so it sounds like you're in the third district?
Yeah, Jace, that sounds right.
Okay, sure. So could you tell me a little bit about yourself, maybe your background and experience?
Certainly. What brought me here to Seattle was opportunity. See, I have a long history as a software engineer in the Bay Area, where I made let's just say a lot of great decisions. And I helped solve a lot of problems there. But you know what, Jace? There's a lot of problems that can't be solved with just computers. I think we need a man of action in politics to really get to the root of it. I'm here to solve problems.
Okay, have you had any civic involvement previously?
I walked past a protest the other day. I participated in civil discourse with a gentleman during my night out on Saturday, and I'll tell you, it was a pretty eye-opening scenario.
And what made you want to run for this office in particular?
Well, just the problems I see in this fair city that I've come to know and love. There's a lot of wrong things I see. I see a lot of water, a lot of wet. A lot of people without homes, and a lot of homes that are too high. And don't even get me started on mooring prices in Lake Washington. This is a huge issue. My friend Chad Masters recently got kicked out of his slip at the Lake Washington and mooring his boat in Lake Washington. And I think it's time to just get rid of the whole thing.
The whole marina?
No, we need land. We need land for housing, and we need land to build up our companies and embrace the fair tech culture that has really provided this city a boost. I think we need to drain Lake Washington. We're going to pump all the water out of it so we could build more houses for everyone. My rent would go down. Your rent would go down. It's a win-win, Jace.
Once again, would you mind just calling me Jason, if you don't mind?
Sorry about that, Jason.
Yes. So you want to drain the entire lake. Won't that cause the bridges to collapse? They do float.
You're looking at it all wrong, Jace. We're looking at getting rid of all the water. You won't even need bridges anymore. I have a dream. I think that future generations, when they look out, they won't say, oh, hey, there's Lake Washington, that eyesore. They'll say, hey, that's Land Washington. You know who did that? Donny Wheeler. I'm going to leave my mark on this city.
Yeah, I imagine you would. So, I suppose you did a little bit. Could you tell me a little bit about your district, maybe?
I think we already went over that. There's the Tiki Bar. There's that cool pirate-looking bar up there. There's the gay sports bar, which I'm told makes great drinks. Our political discourse occurred at the pizza bar down there. These are all great establishments and excellent constituents.
Well, you sound very connected to your community. What are some of the biggest challenges facing your district?
Well, some of the larger challenges are clearly rent hikes have been terrible. A lot of homeless folks out there can't afford the rent. So what I think we're going to do is build more houses. Have I told you that we're thinking about draining Lake Washington?
And then with that land, you'll build houses?
Yep, we're going to build houses on there. And that's not all we're going to do. You know how Amazon's been looking around for a second headquarters? They looked at New York and things haven't worked out for them. I have some inside intel. I think we could build it. I think we could build that headquarters right in that drained lake.
Yeah, I suppose you could. So what do you think are the biggest challenges facing the city as a whole then, maybe?
Have you ever tried to get to Bellevue for lunch just to try to meet some potential investors? It's seriously a headache. Those floating bridges are a floating nightmare, I tell you. I think that lake is really holding us back.
Okay, so you're draining the lake is kind of your big focus of your campaign, it seems.
Yep, we're going to take her down.
What can the city do to help homeless folks?
Well, we can start training them as pipe fitters and pumpers. We'll put them to work. We'll put them to work building their own houses right there in that empty lake.
If you don't mind me asking, how are we going to drain all that water out of the lake?
Well, I'm glad you asked because there's a very complicated set of procedures. But I have a guy on this. What you need to know is that there's two things we need: pipes and pumps, and it works every time.
Oh, it's that I mean, I would have thought that it would be more complicated than that, but
Well, you're right. You're 100% right. Now, I'm speaking in layman's terms, of course. I'm currently working with a startup of very brilliant minds. They're making software for the pumps, which is very important, and I'm sure that's where you were getting. And I have a great deal of money invested in this company that's building this pump software.
wouldn't that be kind of a conflict of interest with you running on the council to drain the lake and also partially owning the company that's making the software?
Maybe I don't understand the question. This isn't a conflict of interest. This is my interest. It's a very synergistic interest. I'm investing in this company, and we're gonna use the company to drain the lake of all the. It's called synergistic interest. You should really look it up.
You don't see any kind of ethical conflict here at all?
Next question, please.
So another big issue in the city is transportation. What can the city do to help improve the transportation system?
Yeah, that is very important. You know what? There's no water taxis on Lake Washington. You know why? Mooring fees. You know how much it costs to buy a slip out there? Too much, Jace. You couldn't afford it. What we're going to do is drain that damn lake, and then we're going to put buses. We're going to, more buses or whatever over there, and then all the transportation will be figured out.
Aren't you worried about the mud that's on the bottom of the lake? Won't that take a long time to, I don't know, remove or compact?
No, I know what you're saying, and I totally get your interest, but I definitely have a guy for that. I know a guy who he was he took a year off of school to go traipse down in the rainforest and get drunk with the Aborigines, but he knows a lot about mud. He's a good guy. Chad Masters is a brilliant mind. I got some of the best minds are trying to help me figure out this lake problem, and once you see it, it'll blow you away.
Yeah, could you tell me a little bit more about the team that you have formed? This is a mega project.
Yeah, the team is pretty crazy. We got Sucker Pump Industries. That's currently the lot of investment capital in there currently. Hopefully, that'll pan out for us as soon as I get the seat. But Chad Masters is a great guy. He's got a lot of information. We go out on Thursday and talk about homeless folks and see if we could fix them. And there's also Richard Chancer. He's good at economics. Does a lot of that. Fred Bowler. He's just a nice guy to have around. So what we're really going to do is we're gonna drain that damn lake, Jace.
Yeah. So I think I know what the answer is going to be, but I'll still ask. What can the city do to help improve housing affordability?
More houses, Jace. More houses. Imagine a world where you can't build any more houses because there's nowhere to put them. Imagine a world that's so wet you can't build a house on it. What if that world were dry, Jace? What if we built those houses on a dry world? We're going to drain that damn lake.
We live in very polarized times. How would you as a city leader bring people together?
You ever been to a lake draining party?
I can't say that I have.
Well, it's a lot like a regular party. Y'all get together, have a few beers, have a good time, and you drain the damn lake. It really brings people together. if you haven't seen it, I'm hoping you do.
And that's how you'll bring people together, is through the lake training and the party that goes along with it.
It's the best idea we got. These are very polarizing times. There's some people who are, some people in boats, some people in cars. Everyone's in different places. I think we should bring everyone together on this.
And if people want to learn more about your campaign, where should they go?
We currently have a website, Sucker Pump Industries. We're currently promoting the campaign with drainthedamnlake.com. And it's com with 3 M's. And if you go there, you'll be able to get all the information you need and help donate and fund the campaign going forward.
Well, thank you for coming on the show today, and good luck on your campaign.
You're a good man, Jace. Thanks for having me.